Hello. And we're going. Guys, we are in a new location because I just need some more damn inspiration sometimes. And that's where we're at. We're in my room and I feel like now we're getting a little bit more intimate each time I talk to you guys and each time I bring you along. I genuinely feel kind of weird in my bedroom recording, but like it's just a podcast, you know? It's kind of cute actually. Say cheese, everyone. Let's see if we can get it. Cheese. Okay, that was weird. All right, okay. So I don't go on forever like I typically do. We're gonna start this podcast episode. And welcome Sky to the podcast. Okay. All right, everyone. What the fuck is this? All right. No. Window. There we go. Okay. Yo, come on. Okay. Let's see. Now we have to retest this shit. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, is this working now? Ah, motherfucker. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay. Jeez, this is like a process, you know what I mean? Yikes. Okay, let's get down to business. All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi. I know I've been super inconsistent and I've lacked on consistency with you guys, and I do apologize, but I'm here. So welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to Hello, It's Time to Be You / Unfiltered Thoughts. I need to change my cover and I need to do all this other stuff, which I will. But in the meantime, I am just trying to figure it all out and figure out my branding. So yeah. I'm going to stop apologizing because at the end of the day, it's just like I need to do it. But yeah, anyways, guys, welcome back to the podcast. I've been inconsistent. I mean, not like really bad inconsistent. I just missed last week, but it feels like I've missed a month and I feel like I need to like catch everyone up on things, but obviously like not everything. But to begin, welcome back. I'm your host, Brittany. And I've been doing this podcast for almost 3 years now, and it's been an outlet for me to share and provide information to help inspire and motivate with just different perspectives and different topics that I like to talk about. If you guys watch me on YouTube or see me on my social media with like clippets of my podcast, you'll see I'm in a brand new location, and that location is my bedroom. For that reason is because I needed new inspiration and I feel safe in my bedroom, and in my like living room, it was just like not the vibe anymore. Like I wasn't feeling it, and the lighting just wasn't like going right with me, and the lighting in my bedroom now is just like chef's kiss, I would say, because it's like exactly what I want. But yeah, so welcome to my bedroom and welcome to my thoughts. Okay, so let's recap like the past 2 weeks of my life. My last podcast episode was finding your what motivates you, or finding your internal motives of motivation, and like what motivates you personally. And I shared some things that like motivate me, and I kind of talked about like family, whatever. If you wanted to take a listen, but I also have like tons of other episodes that I talk about and ramble about. But before I begin in this episode, a little rewind of my past 2 weeks. I've been working a shit ton. And to be honest, I just have not been really hard on myself on my podcast side. And I do this to myself all the time, but it's like I work so damn hard on my like real estate and property management side that when I come home, I just don't have the brain capacity or brain power to turn on my camera and talk. And I know it's as simple as literally pressing 2-3 buttons and just preparing myself. But like, I just get so, kind of going into this episode, I just get so like bleh. And I know excuses, and I'm justifying, but like, I'm trying to be really honest with you guys. I just am not perfect, and I try to be the best as I can be, but it's really fucking hard sometimes when you just get burned out. And I wouldn't say burned out, because I still am here doing it. I get burned out within myself, and like energy wise and mental wise, and I just cannot, I feel like I can't like persevere. I feel like I can't move forward and like just do it because I'm like dead. And then I'm trying to balance in like being with my friends, being with family, and like I'm just figuring it out right now, you know? But in the meantime, I did go on a tiny little trip to Florida. I went to Naples, which is on the West Coast, and then we drove across to Miami on the East Coast of Florida, which was so cool. Like, I don't know, like I Florida never to me was somewhere I ever like wanted to go. Like, I was like, yeah, Florida, like, you know. But I genuinely fell in love with Florida, like South Florida specifically, and specifically Naples, Florida. Like, that place it made my town look like absolute shit. Like, not to hate on where I come from or anything, but like, I love my city, I love my town, I love my community. But like, that city in Naples is just like, if you've ever been there, if you look it up, like, it's just like on another level of nice. And it's like, I don't know. I like it. Yeah. And then we went to Miami, and I went with some friends, and, my friend Alex and I'll tell one story. So we get to Miami, and we're trying to find a parking spot to go to their Airbnb. And, for some reason, well, in Miami, they like, for spring break, they shut down the roads and they shut down the beach at 6 p.m. Just to control whatever happens, and which I get. But our Airbnb was located where one of those roads like cut off, and we couldn't get to it, and security was there, and they were like saying, no, we can't. And our fucking luck, the police department was like right across from the place we were staying, so it was like extra secure. So we're like driving, like, I know South Beach, Miami pretty damn well now. We drove around like for an hour. And one specific moment, and then I'll be done. We go to the parking spot, the convention center in South Beach, Miami, and I was like, let's just park here. So we go inside, and this parking garage is like fucking like this. Like, you go in circles, and it does like circles. Like, when you go into the parking garage, it's like, you don't feel like it's that long. But this one, I felt like I was in a whole, like a different, like I was in a simulation. Like, it literally took 3 minutes to get to the very top, and we were just going like this. But we get there, and the parking sign was like $20 for every 5 hours. And I could just not do math, guys. I literally was like, Alex, like, this is $2,500 for a day. And he looked at me, and he was like, where did you get this math from? And I was like, yo, like, we can't do this. Like, this is like on a whole nother level. But yeah, that was really fucking funny. Besides the point, Miami rained the entire time when I was there, but I got one day that was beach day actually in Naples, which was absolutely beautiful. I love the beach so much. It was just perfect. It was a perfect little reset trip. It was like 4 days, not that long. But it was definitely needed. And if you're here listening to this and you just need to get away, I know Florida's kind of like a little further if you live farther, or like, anyways, what I'm trying to say is like go to a different city for like a weekend, do something to just get yourself out of your like normal routine and normal lifestyle, because you can come back and you feel like refreshed and like rejuvenated and just get going on back on track. Anyways, that was my 7-minute little talk about life and my last couple of days. I've just been working a lot, and it's been hard to keep everything afloat because it's like I get pulled in so many different directions, and then I'm working till 8 p.m. and it's like I just sometimes you just can't control it, and I should probably control a little bit better, but it is what it is at this point. Okay, let's jump into the episode, guys. So today's episode, we are talking about how can we stop the negative self-talk. And I kind of like talked about it or said something about it in the earlier is like, what did I say? Kind of where I was the past couple days and past couple weeks is like, I've been really shitting on myself for some time, just like I talked about, like focusing on the wrong thing and focusing on, sorry, what's going on? Focusing just on stuff that just doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I have been super hard on myself, like I said, with just like my podcast work and like trying to figure shit out and life out at the same time. But how can we stop the negative self-talk? I've been kind of struggling with this thought and struggling with negative self-talk for some time. It's gotten obviously better. Like I don't like shit on myself all the time, you know. I just am super hard on myself, and I have really high expectations on myself, and I think that's like fine thing, but at the same time it can be like bad. At the same time, it's just like you have to find that like balance of things. But yeah, I just wanted to be really upfront and transparent with you guys. Like, it's like I wake up sometimes and I don't like, my first thought in the morning is not like I fucking suck. Like I have my routines, and that's something that's genuinely helped me is like having like really good routines in my life, and waking up, getting dressed for the gym, making my bed, journaling, feeding my cats, and then getting my shoes on and going to the gym, keeping it pretty damn simple. But like, when you create continuously habits and continuous like routines that just make you feel good, you kind of eliminate those self-talks, like, because it's so easy to wake up and be like, oh, I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. But like creating those habits and sustaining those habits will eliminate negative self-talk, in my opinion, just because it's like you stop focusing on like, oh, I want to do this, I want to be like this, and then you just start to act upon it. And so it's really gathering and wanting to really just continuing and like creating sustainable habits. And I am a huge person and advocate of creating habits and why habits are really good for you, because you can read about it. You can read about like the book Atomic Habits is super popular right now, but you can read all these like self-help books, but like, and you can understand them, you can read them, you can finish it, but it's like you don't truly understand until you act upon it. And so that's where I'm coming from. But how can we stop the negative self-talk, guys? It's always gonna be there, in my opinion. You're always gonna have those days where you don't feel the best that you felt the previous day or the previous week, and it's an up and down process. You know, that's just life. Life throws you lemons, and some days can be harder than the other. But I have written down some tips that I feel like has helped me in my life so far, that has eliminated that negative self-talk, that anxiety, that overthinking. And like, guys, I'm probably one of the biggest overthinkers. I second guess a lot. I overthink, and I'm not here like telling you these things that I don't understand, because I live this, and this is why I preach about this and I talk about it, because it's something that really hits home. I definitely am a creature of overthinking literally everything. I overanalyze. I just do it, and like I would say that's my superpower. And I kind of talked about using your anxiety and your things that, bother you as your superpower, because not everyone is like that and it makes you unique and different. But it's just, being able to quote unquote control them in a better way so that it doesn't control you, and learning yourself and learning how to create a better life and just to feel better overall. But yeah, so my first point of how can we stop the negative self-talk is surrounding yourself with really good people. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am a huge believer, and I continuously talk about your environment. Sky, go away. Okay, come on, go. Sorry, love you. But I genuinely believe, and I've seen it firsthand, I've experienced it for myself, is getting away from people that also second guess and also overthink and also are kind of in that limbo of life of not eliminating like friends. Like everyone is going through it, everyone's trying to figure it out. But like the people that make you feel like life is only like so much and like so hard, and just like really eliminating people who don't make you feel good and people who are not kind of like on the same path as you and what you aspire to be. And it's like, how do you know good versus bad? And I think we all figure that out as we grow and like as we meet people and as we surround ourselves with like different types of perspectives. And I think what we learn as we get older is like, I know I'm only 24, but like good people are people that see you for you, listen to you, help you get through a situation, don't judge you for a decision that could have been stupid. They support you, they motivate you, they push you, they just are easy people. They like to have fun, and I don't know how to explain it until you experience it, because like, not that I've had bad people in my life, but like, Sky, please stop. I've definitely been through some situations where like those people just weren't for me, and they gave me a lot of anxiety. They brought me down. We just didn't vibe pretty well. But as I'm going through life, I'm like meeting new people and experiencing new relationships with people. And it's like you figure out like you during that time period, and you figure out like, oh my gosh, this person brings out like my childness out of me. Like it could be a friend, it could be a romantic person, like a romantic relationship. Like, and honestly, like we all have friends, but the ones that like definitely support you the most are your work friends. And I have been at the office, like I said, again, I'm at 1099. I also do property management, but I've made it a rule with myself, religious rule of myself, is like being at the office all day. I've created such great friendships that way. And people have got to know me for me instead of just like seeing me come in and go out and like not even like having that like relationship with that person. And relationships, look, okay, I love to talk to people. I'm a talker, I'm an extrovert, but I also am a huge introvert. And so like, I hate putting myself out there sometimes, as I obviously have a podcast, and why I kind of suck at putting myself out there with it. But I have that fear, which kind of goes into the negative self-talk. But within like real estate, I've really pushed myself of like pushing myself and like starting conversation with people and just like growing a connection rather growing than like a business like relationship. Because I feel like that relationship and that connection that is more on like the personal side will kind of be like genuinely, it's just overall better. Getting to know someone, getting to be friends with someone, getting more acquaintances, getting more friends is nice, but obviously you don't need like so many friends. But surrounding yourself with really good people has helped me not have so much negative talk, just in the sense of like, they make me feel good. And obviously they make me feel good, but they make me like they fill a void that I feel sometimes, that I feel lonely, or loneliness comes. And when you have that loneliness, you start having that negative self-talk because you're like, oh, I'm not good enough for friends. I'm not good enough for this. I can't do this. And then you don't have anyone to kind of talk to. And so surrounding yourself with good people and friends and family and, any type of relationship, like you're able to express those thoughts to those people, and they can help you get through those thoughts and give you ideas, take you out to the bar, make you have fun, get yourself out of your comfort zone. And that's what you need in life. You know, you don't need to be stuck in your head. Like, I was there for some time, just like stuck in my head, stuck in my own way, thinking I knew it all, but like, you don't. And the more experiences you have, the more knowledge you gain, and the more like, I can do this. The world isn't that bad. The world is not scary. It's like getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of your bubble. And that's what good people do to you. And I will always talk about this. I'll always preach about it, like I said, but like, that's my number one point. My number 2 point is being aware of it. This may be probably number one, is like being aware of like, hey, I am talking negative to myself. Awareness is probably always the first thing. And then taking action, of course, is probably the hardest thing to do after it. But having that awareness of like, oh my gosh, like I'm being pretty damn negative about myself. And, you know, the past month, I will be honest, I have been aware that I've been negative self-talk on the side of like putting myself out there for my podcast. I have this fear that people will judge me for it. People will judge like what I put out there, or my content won't be that good, or what I'm talking about is like pointless to other people, and sharing these thoughts and like doing what I do is stupid. And I have those thoughts, and it's so funny because everything else that I do, I'm pretty good at, you know, limiting the self-negative talk. But like with my podcast, it's like I get really insecure about it. And it's like when people ask me about it, I get insecure because I feel like they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so stupid. That's so lame. Why like I have those thoughts, and they're so real, and they're so like loud inside my mind sometimes that it makes me not do it. And it makes me like be like, oh, like I shouldn't do this anymore. Like I'm not like I'm not good at it. And like, yeah, like I have those thoughts, guys, and I'm being so honest, and like it's hard to get through it. But like when you surround yourself with good people and you're able to express that, they remind you like, this is your passion, this is your love, this is like your hobby, this is not even a hobby, this is like my life. Like, and when you remind yourself your purpose and your reason of why, it's like, okay, like, no, like this is why I'm doing it. This is my dream. This is my love. And I genuinely just want to share everything, not everything, but like share my thoughts with you guys, because I feel like it can help you in a sense. And I hope it does, because God, like that noise can be really loud sometimes. It can make you like doubt yourself and second guess. And like I said, I'm the hugest like overthinker and second guesser in the world. Like I'm like, should I do this? Like it's stupid. It's so stupid. But that's me. It is what it is. I'm very aware of it. I know I can tackle it. I can control it. I can persevere over it. But like, damn, sometimes this motivational shit like just doesn't work. Sometimes you just need to like step away and like be MIA from the world and like figure that shit out and like let it just go. But yeah, so my third point is stopping the habits that create the idea of negative self-talk. And so let's be honest, guys, I used to smoke a lot of weed. I don't think weed's bad for you. I don't hate weed. I don't think anything against it, but like I used to smoke a shit ton of weed. I used to be a pothead. I never really got into alcohol, but I definitely was a huge pothead, and I loved to get high. Like I would wake and bake. I would smoke during the day. I'd smoke at night. I would smoke before events, and like smoking definitely led me down to a path where I felt like really insecure with myself, because it was like, I felt that I needed to do it just to get by. And like, don't get me wrong, like I'll smoke here and there, but like I don't do it for that purpose. I just do it to have fun and to like chill, whatever. It's definitely a whole different like reason of why I'm doing it than what it was before. But like, for instance, like I stopped smoking for that, or I stopped smoking, and it was really hard because it was like I was addicted to being high. I was addicted to that, like, if you smoked before, you understand what I'm saying. Like, I was just addicted to that feeling of just kind of like numbing out like the feeling, but at the same time, it also like gave me anxiety. Like I like would overthink so much. I would put myself in this like mental state of second guessing, overthinking all the time, really being down on myself, being really, really extremely hard on myself. Like disassociating myself from people, my family, not wanting to go work out. Like, it definitely took a toll on me for some time. And like when I began smoking, it didn't really affect me like that, but it's like shit happened in life, and I definitely just like had my time where I abused it. I abused the power of it, and I used it the wrong way. And stopping those habits and stopping that definitely has helped me with that negative self-talk. Like, obviously, yes, I still have it, but it's not like continuously. I don't have like extreme anxiety like I used to. I don't have like panic attacks or like I wake up like, I don't know, like again, like sometimes like I'll take like CBD at night to help me sleep, but like not to an extent where I'm like fucking like off the walls high, you know? But yeah, just changing up habits and like, you know, for instance, like phone time before bed, like that's something that I'm really trying to work on, is like not being on my phone at least like an hour before bed, because what you see and what you look at least for me, I'll go to bed thinking about it subconsciously, and I'll have dreams subconsciously about what I saw, and I'll wake up feeling kind of like defeated of like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Oh, I need to do this, or I should do this. And it's like, social media is probably the biggest part of feeling insecure and second guessing and feeling like you're not doing enough, because we can get glued into the scrolling and like looking at other people and just, Sky, I love you, bro, but like, come on, stop. I need this. Okay, cool. But yeah, social media definitely can do that to you, but that's a habit that I am. Yo, what the hell? When have you ever done that before? You are not a dog. You are a cat. Remember that. Okay? Remember that, love. I love you. You're being kind of annoying. But yeah, so like, I'm not perfect. Again, I'm going to continuously say that, but like creating those habits and stopping habits that like, you know, that are not the best for you. It could be literally in anything. Like if you're trying to lose weight and you're like, oh, let's have 5 cookies before bed. Maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe let's cut it down to 1 or even half of 1, and like, still like still allow yourself, but like let's change it up somehow. Let's, you know, I put like on my phone I put limits, and like, yes, I do press the give me 15 more minutes every once in a while, but like I set those limits for myself because I'm aware of myself. I know I can get addicted. I know I can just sit on my bed and like scroll instead of like doing my podcast or editing or, you know, coming up like working on myself and like branding work. Like it's so easy to just sit there and do and scroll instead of like doing what you probably should be doing. But hey, we are human. We're not perfect, but we can control the amount of time we spend on there. Like we do not need to go past like, in my opinion, 2 hours. And like, I'll be honest, my screen time is probably about 5 hours, and it's not the best, but it is what it is. Okay. My next point is, this is kind of like a personal point, but again, this is all personal things. For me, going to the gym has made me really loosen up and like has lessened the anxiety that I do get and the negative self-talk, because I feel good. And I know everyone preaches about this, moving your body, being good to yourself, and like just proving yourself that you can. That's overall why I love going to the gym. It makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel confident. It makes me feel empowered. It definitely lessens that anxiety that I do get. And my gym habits is like going in the morning. That definitely sets the tone for the day. And I know not everyone is a morning person, but I am a huge morning person. So like I take advantage of that. So I try to knock it out in the morning, because I know in the evening I could get a phone call from a friend that's like, hey, let's get dinner, or I have a showing, or I do this. And so I definitely like plan my life out like that. But like going to the gym has mentally made me stronger. Just because it pushes me. And like the other day I did not want to work out. And as I was working out, I was like, fuck, I do not want to do this. I do not want to do hip thrusts. I don't want to add weight. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to be a gym person right now. But like going there, and like, I know that you don't have to push yourself all the time, but like in that moment, it definitely pushed myself to like, fuck it. Like I can do it, Brit. Like, okay, let's do this. Like it set myself up for a really good day specifically. And like, yeah. Frick. My phone. 1 minute. Okay, we're back to recording, I think. Yeah, we are. Okay, so so the gym definitely has helped me in the sense of just like I can, and that's like the quote unquote hardest part of my day. That's what I say, because waking up is hard. Going to the gym in the morning is hard. So it's like it sets the day for me, because after that I'm like, okay, fuck, I can do anything. And that's what I tell myself. I also journal, and I write 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things that I want to accomplish, like personally, like outside of work and everything, just like 3 things that I kind of want to focus on, like drink more water, read, or like less phone time. Those are kind of like my main 3 that I tell myself every day, just to remind myself. And then I do like affirmations. But yeah, so like just creating habits, and the gym has definitely helped me loosen up and make myself believe in myself, because at the end of the day, it's you versus you mentality. And the gym has definitely just like really empowered me, and I've been super consistent with going to the gym lately, actually, because it's been my place of just peace, and I found really a lot of comfort within it. So it's like I found a really good place with it, and I know not everyone has that like safe place with it. It can be kind of overwhelming. It can kind of be a lot, and not everyone wants to go to the gym or like lift weights like that. But for me, lifting weights, going on runs, going on walks is a huge like release of stress and anxiety. Specifically like weights is like that like grunge, like grr, like I don't know how to explain it. Just like I really release a lot of stress there. Going on walks is like a nice peaceful, like getting my like thoughts like out there, and just it's every type of workout I try to do is different within mentally in your mind, because like a walk and lifting weights are 2 different things to me. Like it really depends on the day and what you kind of want to do. But yeah. Okay, so my next point is lean in and ask why instead of looking for answers. It's really just in plain sight. And I think I talked about this like in previous episodes. Is like stop asking for help. Ask for help when you really need it, obviously. Shit. Sorry, I did not mean it that way. But stop, like for me, I had to stop looking for answers. That's kind of what I mean. I had to really just kind of like dive into myself and like ask myself, like, what is it and why am I feeling this way? Like, why, like what's going on in my head? Like, what am I doing that is not supporting my life right now, that isn't good for me mentally? Like habits, thoughts, people, my environment, work, life, like really every single category you could think of. It's like leaning in, and like honestly guys, like once you stop like trying to find answers through podcasts, find your answers through other people on social media, through books, it's like once you stop that and just kind of like really just know yourself, you kind of, the answer lies right there. It's like literally in the palm of your hands. And I know that's kind of hard to understand when you don't understand that perspective, because for a long time I was like, no, like I need to listen to podcasts. I need to, read all these books to understand. But like I keep saying, like, yes, all of it's so good. All of it's so motivating. Like I do a podcast, but like once you kind of just like slow that down and kind of like go within, you kind of figure out like, this is what I want to do. And then from there, it kind of like expands and opens your doors to more. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm so sorry if it doesn't, but yeah, that was a lot. That felt really good, guys. Oh my gosh. I miss this, and I feel like I just have not been on my shit, and I really want to grow this, but I get so stuck on the how, and I get stuck on the how. That's where I'm at right now. Before I end this podcast, I wanted to share another story that I completely forgot about. So yesterday I had to get a new phone, and while doing that, I While getting a new phone, I was at AT&T for 5 hours. 5 hours because I just, like, my sister and I use each other's upgrades, so our E or ICIM, whatever that is, were different, and my phone number, whole thing. But 5 hours, I was at AT&T trying to get a new phone yesterday. Okay, well, that was my little stupid rant. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I am going to work on being more consistent with you guys. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a month, morning, lunchtime, dinner time, midnight, 3 a.m., whatever time it is. Yeah, thanks for listening to me. I love you guys, and do something that challenges you every day. Yeah, okay. Bye, guys. That felt really good. Yeah, that felt really good. Yep. I got new sheets and I love them. Anyways, that was really random. Oh yeah. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, the sky. I'm peeling really bad from the sun. All right, hang on. Okay, I kind of just want to be like really real. Life can be kind of like chaotic sometimes and kind of get like overwhelming with like the amount of stuff that we have to like do and like be responsible for. But I will say one thing, like, it's okay to not like have it all together. It's okay to just like not know. It's okay just to like be young, and like even whatever age you're at, it's okay. Like have your days, have your moments. We're gonna be fine, you know? Like, I'm over here like scratching myself because like I just have like 5 million texts that I just got that I'm like, ah! But yeah, I guess what I'm really trying to say is like, remove the outside noise and just like be within, be you, and like truly figure yourself out one day at a time. It's not gonna be, not all answers will come, but answers will be signs, and you'll kind of understand like throughout life and like throughout experiences. I don't know if whatever I'm saying makes any sense right now, but like I just feel like this moment right now, I just feel like to share this. But I like to talk to some friends yesterday, and they're like, you should talk about like happiness, or you should talk about like focus, and like both of them kind of align in a sense, but focusing on like what really matters to you, and like my cat's going insane, but like focusing on like what you want and not letting other things like interfere within your life will like change you so much. Like, stop focusing on things that just don't fucking matter. Like, let's get it, let's keep going, let's grind, let's be the best of it we can, let's get ourselves out there, let's not allow those thoughts to like take us down, let's keep going and be better. And yeah, so that is just some thoughts I wanted to share. Anyways, yeah, that's me. Hello, hi. I get so nervous doing this stuff because I'm like, what are people gonna think? What am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna say? Like, is what I'm saying relevant to this? Like, sharing my life and sharing my world, sharing my thoughts is like kind of overwhelming, you know? Not overwhelming, that's the wrong word, but like scary, because it's like, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. My cat is literally going insane right now, but it is what it. Oh, you have my pen. No, sir. No. All right. Well, anyways, bye, guys.